one thing we may see is there are these islands just off the coast of China, which are controlled by Taiwan, called the Kinmen Islands, I believe they're called. And they are literally within sort of visual distance. You can see Chinese cities from them. And China has announced plans to integrate them into Chinese, into the local Chinese province, kind of unilaterally. So it's very possible that we might see pushing the boundaries of Taiwanese sovereignty over those outlying islands rather than a direct attack on Taiwan, to kind of test the waters and see how things go. They've got a population of, I think, a couple tens of thousands of Taiwanese people. So it's not completely, they're not completely irrelevant, but they are sort of the weak point in Taiwan's sovereignty. And I think China may experiment a bit with seeing whether they can, build a bridge to those islands, maybe start raising the prospect of some kind of referendum to take place on those islands to decide, who gets to rule them. And so I think that could be the one flashpoint that may come up in the next sort of 18 months or so.
Nick, just a final question regarding Taiwan's importance for the global economy, of course, for semiconductor manufacturing specifically. Over the last year, and I think through 2024 as well, the increased geopolitical uncertainty is something that businesses, including in South Africa, will have to account for. More tensions between countries, even those that were assumed to be allies forever, maybe even tensions between them on certain policies and principles and priorities. The reshifting of sort of supply chains, not that it sort of happened overnight, but I think even through something like the CHIPS Act passed by the Biden administration in the US, you're seeing countries, bastions of free markets, that sort of thing, trying to use industrial policy and subsidies to bring manufacturing back to their geographic locations. The opportunity there for a country like South Africa, countries in Africa, to become those sorts of manufacturing hubs. Do you think that opportunity will sort of remain? I guess it will ebb and flow with time, but as tensions around Taiwan at least remain somewhat elevated and there's uncertainty around the future, that then makes other locales perhaps a bit more attractive. And if South Africa can do something around its now well-practiced art of the own goal, there might be opportunities there.
I think that's definitely true. I think the world, there's this general sense out there that sort of the relative stability of the global system that has been ongoing since at least, I would say, the 90s or the mid 90s is falling apart when you've got sort of attacks on shipping in the Red Sea, when you've got these tensions over Taiwan, when you've got sort of Islamist movements and coups in countries in Africa, and of course the Russian invasion of Ukraine. And so I think that there are going to probably be quite a few investors and sort of international traders who are thinking to themselves, we need to reduce risk right now.
Thank you very much for watching. To access the full video, along with the rest of our CRA analysis, our weekly risk alerts, as well as our macro reviews and our periodic strategic intelligence reports, as well as our briefings, please head to the CRA website linked in the description below and consider subscribing to our services. Until next time, Chris Hattingh here for the Center for Risk Analysis. Take care.